You know, for years, we've always associated serious computing power with those big, clunky towers sitting under our desks. But a whole new category is really shaking things up, the mini PC. And it promises all that desktop-level muscle, but in a box that can literally fit in the palm of your hand. Today, we're diving deep and unpacking a brand new contender in the space, the GEEKOM GT1 Mega.
So GEEKOM calls this a Mega AI Mini PC. Okay, that's a lot of marketing buzzwords packed into one name, but what does it actually mean? What really makes a PC an AI PC in the first place? Well, that's the big question we're going to tackle right now.
To put it simply, it's a computer that's been designed from the ground up with artificial intelligence baked into its core. And this isn't just about making things a little bit faster, it's about making them smarter, anticipating what you need and handling really complex jobs way more efficiently. So, come on, let's pop the hood and see what really makes this thing tick.
All right, let's get right into the heart of it. The GT1 Mega's incredible power doesn't just come from one single chip. Instead, it comes from what they're calling an AI power trio. You can think of it as this three-part engine that's driving all of its next-level performance.
First up, we've got the part we're all familiar with, the CPU, the Central Processing Unit. And in this machine, it's the 14th Gen Intel Core Ultra9 185H. I mean, with 16 cores and a top speed hitting 5.1 GHz, this is the traditional brain of the operation. It's built to just muscle through the most demanding applications, complex calculations, and of course, heavy multitasking.
Okay, now this is where things get really interesting. This isn't your standard old-school integrated graphics. No way. The Intel Arc GPU here is a modern powerhouse. It supports awesome features like ray tracing, which, creates that unbelievably realistic lighting in games, and ZSS, which is an AI tech that cleverly boosts your frame rates. This is a huge deal, not just for high-end gaming, but for speeding up creative work like video editing too.
And this is the real game changer, the NPU, or Neural Processing Unit. Think about it like this. If the CPU is a brilliant generalist that can do anything, the NPU is a world-class specialist. Its entire job, which Intel calls AI Boost, is to handle artificial intelligence tasks. And by taking on that very specific workload, it frees up the CPU and GPU, making the entire system faster, smarter, and just way more efficient.
So, here's the main takeaway. These three parts aren't just sitting next to each other. They are working together. It's a single, incredibly powerful system, where each engine has its own specific role, delivering all the horsepower you need for everything from your creative projects to heavy-duty data analysis.
But listen, all that processing power is hungry. It's pretty much useless if you don't have fast memory and storage to feed it data. So let's check out how the GT1 Mega handles that side of the equation.
And this right here brilliantly illustrates one of the biggest, most important differences in the mini PC world. See, a lot of these small computers lock you in. They have RAM that's literally soldered to the motherboard, which means you can never, ever upgrade it. The GT1 Mega, though, it takes a totally different path, using modern, super-fast DDR5 RAM that you can expand yourself.
So, just how expandable are we talking? This little machine supports up to a staggering 96 gigabytes of RAM. To put that in perspective, that's more than enough for professional video editors, 3D artists, or really anyone working with massive datasets. Even if you start with, say, 32 gigs, having this massive ceiling makes the GT1 Mega a seriously future-proof investment.
That same flexibility carries over to storage, too. You actually get three different options. There's a primary, lightning-fast slot for your operating system and apps. Then you've got a second slot that's perfect for bulk storage or maybe a dedicated drive for your projects. And on top of that, there's even a high-speed SD card reader. This means you can build a totally custom storage setup that's perfect for your personal workflow.
Okay, so we've established it's powerful on the inside. Now let's see how this mini PC connects to all of your gear and, the rest of the world.
This one number says so much. The ability to drive 4 displays at the same time. Well, that immediately tells you this machine isn't just for casual web browsing. No, this is a potential workstation for professionals, for creators, for serious multitaskers.
So how does it pull that off? Well, it's pretty smart. It combines the future with the present. You get 2 of these cutting-edge USB 4 ports, each one powerful enough to drive a massive 8K display. And right alongside them, you have 2 reliable HDMI ports for your 4K screens. This mix just gives you incredible flexibility for pretty much any monitor setup you can dream of.
And that whole theme of speed is just everywhere.
You've got dual 2.5 gigabit LAN ports, the absolute latest Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.4, and those USB 4 ports can transfer data at a blistering 40 gigabits per second. Bottom line, there are no bottlenecks here.
Now, when you pack this much performance into such a tiny box, it creates a huge challenge: heat. And of course, for any big purchase, you need to be able to trust that it's actually built to last. So let's talk about the foundation of this machine, its cooling system, and the warranty that backs it all up. This is GEEKOM's solution, which they call the Ice Blast 2.0 cooling system. By using a big copper heatsink and dual heat pipes, it's designed to efficiently pull all that heat away from the core components. And the result? Well, the PC stays cool even when you're really pushing it hard. And, maybe just as important, the fan stays quiet, which gives you a much more peaceful workspace.
You can really tell a lot about a company's confidence in its own engineering by looking at its warranty. And GEEKOM frames its policy not just as some service agreement, but as a direct statement about the product's quality and its long-term reliability.
And here is the hard proof behind that promise. While a 1-year warranty is pretty much standard for a lot of computers, GEEKOM backs the GT1 Mega with a full 3-year warranty. That is a huge commitment, and it really suggests they believe in the durability of their components and the overall build quality of this machine.
So when you put it all together, the smart AI power, the complete freedom to upgrade, the next-gen connectivity, and a warranty that screams confidence, the GEEKOM GT1 Mega isn't just an impressive piece of technology. It's really a statement about what is now possible in a tiny little box. Which, of course, leaves us with one final big question. Is this the new standard for the desktop computer?